Businesses that advertise on BelchertownNews.com have the benefit of an ad that appears on every page that links to their respective websites. Therefore, a link can be interpreted as a portal to potentially unlimited advertising space for that business. Another option is a 30-second spot prior to news videos embedded with different news articles, or an infomercial that can appear in the advertising section. Advertising is not only better on BelchertownNews.com, it is also less expensive than print advertising, allowing you to keep your advertisement going year-round without breaking the bank.
It's an email from our representatives of the Pioneer Valley Transit Authority, and we needed to be alerted to the fact that we should be appointing a representative to the disabled community, an appointee from the disabled commuter community to represent us to the Pioneer Valley Transit Authority. So we need an advertisement to ask anyone who's a member of the disabled commuter community and who wishes to be a representative to the Pioneer Valley Transportation Authority on our behalf. I will tell you that transportation has been arranged. So it's if you're a disabled commuter, that transportation to and from the meeting will be no problem whatsoever. I believe that the meetings are certainly less than once a month. If you wish further information, you could call the town hall and they'll have this on file and we can get you further information. I suppose at this point would be a good time to mention that the update on the Pioneer Valley Transit Authority, the ridership is up. The bus has been painted. There was a lot of publicity during the fair on it. I have been able to extract 200 some odd names out of the mailing list for people on the route that we are going to target. And we're meeting this Friday, I believe, here at Town Hall. This Friday? Yeah, this Friday. This Friday at 3:30. So we are still making progress in increasing the ridership, but it's not what we want it to be yet. And Nate, individual board members' reports.
I attended on Thursday, I attended a meeting of the Council on Aging, and there was a number of items that were discussed, but one of the important ones for most seniors is they will be returning to the habit of mailing the newsletter out to the seniors starting on January 1st. It has been a situation where they've been available at different locations, some retail stores and doctor offices and so forth, but they will return to mailing them to all seniors starting on January 1st. And that was good news to hear. The other thing going on at the Senior Center is the annual Holiday Bazaar on Saturday, November 7, 2009, 9 o'clock in the morning to 3 p.m. And there's a whole lot of goodies at the Chinese auction, much going on there. So plan to attend on Saturday, November 7, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Senior Center.
Thank you.
Community Preservation Committee has announced its application process for the annual town meeting in May. As they did last year, they're having a pre-application. The copies of the pre-application are now on the town's website, belchertown.org, and when you go down the side and click on Community Preservation, you download them. They instituted the pre-applications a year ago because they found that it was better to work with the applicants before the formal applications came in, to get them together, to work with them on getting additional funding, this kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, you should go onto the website, download the application, which I believe the pre-application is due November 15th. Now, in fact, as last year, pre-applications are not required. The regular applications would be due in January. But they said that they're now going to give preference to those applicants who file pre-applications. So that is something to look at on the town website. I attended the event put on by Belchertown High School's LEAF group. LEAF is an acronym for the students who are interested in environmental issues. They were focusing this year as part of, I think, 10,000 or more events worldwide for the movement and website 350.org. 350 is a number of, I guess, carbon dioxide parts per million. That is the recommended number in order to keep climate change from happening. I believe the current number is about 380 and rising quickly. It was a very well organized group, even though it was raining very hard. It was held inside because of the rain. The previous time I attended a LEAF organized event, it was last April or May, and it was basically a single table out there on the lawn. This year they had a number of booths, both from other environmental groups, land trusts and the like, as well as some for-profit groups that participated as well. And in spite of the rain, it seemed to have been well attended, and congratulations to them.
Thank you.
Great. This week I attended, or last week I should say, attended the Finance Committee meeting, specifically in regards to the library project, and started to crunch some of the numbers that are associated with that. Instead of going through the entire presentation, which was done very well done by the Board of Trustees. The borrowing costs, Lisa Banner, Town Treasurer, is estimating that it'll be approximately $100 per year for the quote-unquote average household over the length of the bond, which would be about 20 years. So that's one component of the cost. The other that came out of the meeting was that once build-out is complete for the library addition, that the additional operating expenses over what they are today would be approximately $240,000. I think that's the latest and greatest estimate, which takes into account personnel, utilities, and a lot of this was also gathered from input from engineers and the architects. So $240,000 additional annual expenses, $100 per year added to the tax bill for 20 years for the quote-unquote average household. Those are a couple of key things and key components that I think all citizens are going to have to consider in a couple weeks when we all go to town meeting and vote on this particular project. So more information to come. The Library Board of Trustees has indicated that they're in the process of planning another public information session, but I don't know if they've actually got a date on that.
Next week.
I had November 3rd.
3rd, yeah.
Yes. 3rd, okay.
Yes.
So November 3rd, that's where if you have other questions or concerns, perfect opportunity to bring them up. And also I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the passing of one of really the pillars of Belchertown's music program. Mr. Armstrong passed away this last week, and he's certainly, the Belchertown Band is certainly well known throughout Belchertown and the region, and Mr. Armstrong, his fingerprints were all over that. Belchertown Band program is not nearly as strong without Mr. Armstrong anymore, and he certainly will be very, very missed in Belchertown and by his students.
Just about the library. The meeting is, the library public meeting is in this building on November 3rd. Mr. Conti is right. The numbers quoted there were $100 a year, but that was actually the first year's average cost. It actually declines very sharply after the first year, and there'll be more information and more charts and stuff, but I believe that the average number is considerably less than that first year, $100.
And that's because, as with all capital borrowings, you pay a whole lot more in interest